Okay, welcome back to Anbennar. It's been a couple weeks. I might have missed one video, I might have missed two, not really sure, but the world is quite a bit different, as we'll see. I know there's been some rule changes and whatnot discussed in the Discord. Not entirely sure. I haven't read the actual rule changes, but I believe it's trying to shake up some of the dynamics here. So for this particular video, I don't think I'll actually talk about alliance blocks, etc. I will talk about individual nations and their opportunities, but it's going to be ignorant of current allies because I expect that to change, at least for the New World and probably, or at least for the Empire area and the New World. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about alliances over here because I don't think they're going to be impacted by those changes. So here we go. Great powers. One, two, three. We got our two New Worlders. Halys, Riveria, still quite large. Oh, they're getting a ton of dev from subjects. Rezinkand, another New Worlder. The Ogres, Cavuria, and Ketarata. Interesting. I would have expected to see another Canor player up here with Riveria. I guess Blade Marches kind of counts. Yeah, let's actually just take a look at the overall list here. So Chaos, Boiscaro, Bazin, Rezinkand. Yeah, no super surprise. Oh, interesting. Ram Doors are getting quite strong. Ryul, Phoenix Empire, Vern. Yeah, and then you've got like 1Z, Arborand, Demaria right there. Oh, Oval Consort also starting to get pretty strong. Good for them. Okay. So let's start in the New World. Boyascarvo. Let's take a look at what you've got going. Ooh, big manpower pool. Yeah, number one in the world for max manpower. Good for you, Boyascarvo. I guess that's to be expected at your great power stature. From an ideas perspective, we have quality, expansion, administrative, and trade. Don't really know why you still have expansion. I'd probably swap that for a military idea. You have tons of mill points, and you are way ahead on tech. What policies do we get here? Goods produced, administrative advisor. Yeah, that's worthless. Yeah, get rid of expansion. Put a mill idea in there. It's doing you no good. And then army quality. Force limit 300. Almost 100 tradition. Decent discipline. And then 45% infantry combat ability. I think they can get higher than that, right? What do they need for this? Yeah, they should be able to trigger that one and then shoot this one. Yeah, that should be another 5% right there. And then this is really powerful. The general cost reduction for spamming generals and keeping your professionalism high. So infinite manpower pool. And then, yeah, this is pretty strong also. Yeah, Boy Scar, work through this mission tree, buddy. What are we doing? Okay. Vanderberry Guild. Kind of a minor player. Obviously, Boy Scarvo over like 10x from a military perspective. Eco. Oh, Eco's not bad. Turn off war taxes. That should never be on this late in the game. Unless you have some sort of policy or something that I don't know about that makes it cheaper. But if you go to war, you're going to be costing yourself. Ooh, admin focus. Turn a policy off when you're not at war for military, etc. A little bit behind on ideas, it seems. Slightly behind on tech. Nothing too significant. Pretty strong eco. Yeah, could see them being a player, having some level of impact. But probably needs another session or two. Check general development. Oh yeah, still wildly underdeveloped. Not the best land for deving either. Resencant. Good manpower pool. Really freaking good discipline. Oh, the Witch King, Homunculus. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem long term. Turn your policies off if you're not at war, just to save that extra. Who are you at war with? Yeah, turn your extra policies off, etc. Resencant's gonna be a beast. Yeah, if they want, they could crush Chaos and take whatever they wanted, I bet. Yeah, no manpower, max manpower super low. Eco's a mess, or Eco's super strong, but Resencant's right up there. Oh, yeah, this would be like a knife through butter. Very impressive country we've got over here. No modifiers to combat ability, which is fine. Offensive and quantity. Expansion, probably swap expansion out for something else. Yeah, Resencant quite strong. That's going to be interesting. Plenty of opportunity for them to shake things up in the next couple sessions. Chaos, I believe they're at war with Vern. They allied with... Interesting. Pretty even war on paper. But I think the issue is going to be Vern's quality is pretty high. Yeah, seems like a good war. Chaos is in trouble. They now exist at the whim of Resencant. Not a ton that can be done to change that, especially with naval ideas. Yeah, maybe swap out Explo, take a military idea, and pray that you keep good relations with Resencant. Catarata. Manpower is really low. What is going on? Yeah, I'd expect... Not the best ruler. You make so much money, you should be running higher level advisors at this point. Focusing mill exclusively. Burning admin dev. And going into mill dev wherever possible. Yeah, these aren't terribly dev. It's a little high on admin in a lot of these provinces. Yeah, so for example, like all these grasslands, like burn your admin, like burn an admin, pump a mill, etc. Yeah, force limit's relatively low. That's probably actually not that low, just compared to Boyascarva. Discipline is low. Yeah, they're in a tough spot. Don't really see many expansion options for them. They gotta figure something out. If I was Vern, I'd probably eat the rest of the Aberthil trade node and Yeah, if I was Vern, I'd probably move in here. Figure out a way to get across the water somehow. Let's go north into Vern. Big manpower pool. Not much left. Ooh, very little discipline. Oh, so this is a really good war. Oh, look at that, General. You pair that with the extra shock damage from the Wyvern Riders, and you've got, yeah, quite a bit of punch. Are we still in the, yeah, the age bonus? Yeah. That's pretty powerful military for Burn there. They are, oh, force limit's pretty small, Burn. Would have expected them to be higher. Regimental camps in most places. What's their dev ratio? Yeah, they're relatively low on the manpower also. They are focusing. They do have a level 5. Okay, there must be some way to run war taxes with this mod, or I don't know what. Maybe a policy or an idea. It must be an idea somewhere that's doing that. Yeah. Okay, so war taxes is not actually impacting their mill power. Eco's in a pretty good spot. Yeah, they're doing well. Manpower is going to be an issue. They're running out of professionalism. Sell some crown land. Get your mill ratio up. Because this one is based on land ownership by the military. Yeah. Demaria. Whoa. Oh, they don't have a mill estate. Okay. Not a ton of professionalism left. Low on manpower. Over force limit, but healthy eco. Full quality, full. Oh, they have a strict ruler, so that's definitely helping. But he's not that strong. This should definitely be higher level, but that's not a huge deal. Yeah, Vern, we said, should probably go into Keterata or Torinin, all things being neutral. Demaria, probably look to expand into Laurent or Roselard. There's lots of good trade goods down here from a mill perspective. And it's really cheap land to dev. Oh, and there's still some relatively low dev land in here. So it wouldn't be the most, decent chunk of it's 20 plus. Yeah, this is all really highly dev'd. This would be super expensive to take in a war. But either of those options are probably the easiest for Demaria. Silver Forge development. Yeah, it's also going to be really high. Just the density. So yeah, Demaria could also expand into Torinin, theoretically. And they're in pretty good shape. Manpower is low and professionalism is low. So not the strongest position. Roselard, good manpower pool, good eco. This is concerning. You want to focus Mill and have Mill be your highest level advisor at this point in the game. Up to date. No discipline, so that military is going to be outclassed pretty quickly, unless there's some sort of national buffs here that I'm not aware of. Yeah, no, that's gonna be an issue for you. And your Coronite, so as soon as the age wears off, you lose that huge advantage. Laurent, which is the former Durain, I believe. Oh, very good discipline. Oh, they went Elven military. Interesting. Um, no manpower, a little bit of professionalism. Pretty good eco. Way below force limit. That's also interesting. If you're fighting a war with the Maria, you should probably be at your... Oh, they started right at the end of the session. You'll want to get up to your force limit. Small country. Really strong eco still. Manpower is not particularly relevant to them. But they're kind of small from a force limit perspective. Yeah, not the best dev ratio. But they are focusing mill. Dude, you have so much money. Get higher level advisors. And then... at this stage of the game, there's too many players in here. Laurent obviously seems to be the odd man out. Probably makes sense for the others to eat him. Small country, they could go into Riveria. Don't think it makes a ton of sense because this land's just not as valuable. But it is more of a direct feed into their trade node. So, yeah, small country, they're either going into Riveria or Laurent. Doesn't make a ton of sense for them to go into Demaria. They already have, yeah, there's not a ton of trade value coming that way. Riveria. Ooh, thought we were about to crash there. Eco's pretty good. Way below force limit. Not sure what we're doing there, especially when we're capped on manpower. Oh, quite a bit of debt. That's probably what we're doing there. Trying to get out from under that. Ugh, states are all funky. Not a huge fan of this much crown land, especially when you can sell it and pay off a bunch of debt. Decent discipline. Ooh, great infantry combat and artillery combat ability. Yeah, so pretty good military here. Just way below force limit. And then I believe this is a player march over Varia's. 500 dev. Yeah. Relatively weak military, unless I'm missing some sort of big shock modifiers, but I don't think I am. Arboran. I believe this is another... No, they seem to be draining their manpower. I thought Arboran also went mercenary. I might be wrong on that. Yeah, Arboran's in good shape. They make good, decent money. Small country makes quite a bit more, but yeah, I'd say good money. Yeah, they're mill focused. They could probably bump up their advisors. Yeah, and then they still have some expansion options here into the AI, which is nice. Otherwise, they may want to consider Riveria is a logical choice, or Blade Marches. Last I saw Blade Marches was a little bit of a paper tiger. Let's see how they are now. And decent discipline, decent modifiers across the board, but nothing too amazing. They're using their mage estate. They've got some nice morale bonuses. Yeah, nothing blows me away here. They're basically out of manpower. Their max manpower is low. They have no professionalism. So if Arbran was ever going to make a move, they're also focusing admin. God knows why. If Arbran was ever going to make a move, now would probably be the time to make a move on Blade Marches. All diplomacy aside, I believe the Emerald Orcs player is quitting. Not totally sure, so I'm going to skip them. Oh, Tornin. Ooh, manpower is improved from what I expected. Ooh, Eco's kind of weak. What's their force limit? Force limit's pretty good. Yeah, this is another one similar to like the Vanderberry Guild. They're starting to reach a place where they can pack some punch and add some weight into a war. They still have quite a bit of development they can do. So yeah, Torn could get pretty tall here over the next couple sessions, but they're kind of limited. Why does Resin-Kent have this land? Interesting. Ram Dwarves. We saw before, I was a little surprised by their development. Manpower is a little bit low considering their development. Yeah, I don't know. I take another military idea, man. Like, do you need to be making this much money? Yeah, focus mill. I don't know why you focus Diplo at this point. And here, the thing I'm looking for here, manpower should be your largest total. Obviously, you want tax to be your least, and production's fine to be high, but you want manpower to be your highest number. Just because it has such an impact on late game wars. The more manpower you have, the more you get from slacking in your professionalism, the higher your force limit goes, etc. from mill dev. So it's important to focus that, especially when you can run level 3s across the board, so it's not a problem staying up in tech otherwise. Yeah. Raul. Let's see, did Rarely do me proud? No, he did not. His manpower is also not his highest. But yeah, he's focusing and he's running the +5 here. And he has extra policies, but that's because he's at war. Oh, he's got an immortal. 666. That's a tremendous amount of mana generation. But, as I've pointed out multiple times... Oh, wait, did he get the dev cost mission? Did he do some funky magic? Where would it be? Burgers, Renaissance, local administration, prosperity. No, I think it's still somewhere. Yeah, because I thought he needed, like... Ah, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. That's for another time. Good manpower pool. Tons of money in the bank. That surprised me. Eco's pretty strong. Professionalism's running low. High discipline, which is good. Decent stats here. Yeah, so this is a pretty strong nation. Obviously in a big war here, and the outcome of this war is going to have significant ramifications. Phoenix Empire. Manpower's pretty good. The Elven military issue, the recovery hurts, but it's not terrible. You're out of discipline now. Are you Elven military as well? No, you are not. Yeah, you're out of professionalism, so you're in trouble. You can do general recruitment, though, for more manpower. Oof. You are not making a whole lot of money. Should focus mill. Yeah. Phoenix Empire's in a tough spot here if Rahen chooses to put any pressure on them. Yeah. The ogres. Whoa. No eco. Jeez. What? How is your manpower so low? You must not have any buildings built, right? Yeah, almost no buildings built. Tremendous amount of manpower to be unlocked through that. That eco is going to be an issue. Tremendous issue to scale into the next phase of the game. Maybe work something out with ram dwarves. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to have trouble competing in the late game. Oh, way behind on ideas. A little bit behind on tech. Oof, yeah, ogres are in a tough spot here. There's got to be money, right? Where's it all going? There's still a ton of money trapped in this region of the Lake Federation. That's your biggest problem. Yeah, you gotta figure something out to get a little more of this trade income flowing. And that's why, like, you can't just look at dev, like, yeah, number 6 on the Great Power, but this eco doesn't let them fight at any sort of scale, and their manpower is actually relatively low from what you would expect of their dev, just due to a lack of buildings. Like, I would put... They've got some interesting modifiers, but if they were human, force limit of 100, max manpower 150, that kind of puts them behind Rossellard, even though Rossellard is like half their dev. Yeah, buildings make a big difference. And then Rahen, Halus. Seems like we're eating these people. We've got the looming disaster. Oh, multiple disaster. Or maybe this one fires and then it triggers something. Manpower's pretty low. Yeah, another situation where there's plenty of buildings to be built. Yeah, manpower dev's a little bit low. Is your eco in trouble? Your eco's pretty good. You should be running advisors, even if it's just +2s. Yeah. I believe this is no longer a player, so we'll skip them. The Elephant Lords, I think, also left. Bim Lao is left or died or whatnot. Odval Khanzad eaten quite a bit of the command, starting to grow through the Serpent Spine. Oh, low manpower. That's another one. You'd think with over 100 dev that they would have more than 100, or 1,000 dev, they would have more than 90k manpower. A few buildings to be built. Oh, way behind on ideas. That's probably hurting them. Yeah. So I think their eco's getting... Oh, they must be in one of these disasters. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, and then they've got some autonomy issues they've got to sort out here. By making some more states. I still think we're a little bit away from Volkanzad making a significant impact on the political scene, if you will, just because of some of those struggles that we saw. 1G. Decent max manpower, decent professionalism, low right now. Eco's a tiny bit weak, but nothing too troublesome. Oh, 50. Yeah, there we go. That's huge infantry combat ability, similar to Malaknar, Boyascarvo. Force limits, reasonable. Fort defense, oh, minus 50% due to Harpy military. Imagine pairing that with the Silver Forge siege ability. That would be pretty funny to see. Oh, I skipped Silver Forge. Decent manpower. Good bit of professionalism to draw on. Good eco. They're in a strong spot here. War exhaustion is ticking up, but it is what it is. Yeah, pretty strong little nation here. How does everyone have these immortal long-lived? Oh no, I think dwarfs are just long-lived. Is that just the icon now? Yeah, okay. So it might just be these people with the homunculus one. Yeah, okay. Silver Forge. Yeah, they're in good shape. This strong little nation can punch pretty well. Yeah, siege ability 120%. What a joke. 1G. Yeah, they're in good shape. I don't think they have any particularly strong regional rivals left at this point. Oh, these guys are their march, so command is effectively dead. The Rahenis, if you will, if the Elephant Lord player still comes back or plays, I think they quit, but I'm not sure. In Oval Khanzad, they could present a threat to 1G, but looks like they're allied currently with the Tigers. To their south is a very scary player. Big eco, big army, big manpower pool. That would be an interesting war between the Tigers, 1Z, and Bahozin. The Kobolds. Eco's a little bit weak. But they're in pretty good shape, except for the eco issues. And then, Betten. Oh wow, tons of money. Not a ton of manpower. Yeah, they're a little bit behind on ideas. Yeah, this region's interesting. I think this player's head and shoulders stronger than the rest, unless I'm missing some sort of Anbennar crazy modifier. It looks like one she's been pushing in on Fetton, uh, and also Baldrin. So maybe once they consolidate this, they can give these people a run for their money. But these people can continue eating Bim Lao and just getting a little bit stronger. If they did want to save these players, they could, but that's up to them. So yeah, that's your review.